Welcome to Women Awakening. I'm Cynthia James, and this network is about changing lives one woman at a time. Welcome to Women Awakening. We are changing lives one woman at a time. We're changing the world one woman at a time. And I'm your host, Cynthia James. Today, we're going to talk about aging. We're going to talk about what's happening in our country. A lot of baby boomers on the planet, but also, we haven't really been given the resources and the tools to know how to support people as they're aging, how to care for them, how to care for ourselves in the process, and what happens when they get to a place where they can't take care of themselves or they are transitioning off the planet. Well, my guest today is Kelly O'Connor. I have known her through a lot of iterations of life, and I love who she is, and I love her passion. Her company is called Senior Care Authority. So welcome, Kelly.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy that you're here. So tell us about the work that you do. What is Senior Care Authority?
So Senior Care Authority, we are an elder care consulting firm and senior living placement agency. So whether a family is wanting their loved one to stay at home safely or move to a care community, we're a resource for them to find the right places for them either to go or the right people to bring into their fold so that they can provide the love and care for their loved one, the loved one they've been entrusted to care for.
And so how did you get into this? Why are you doing this?
It's my second career. This is my encore career. I had a successful business career for many years, but I really wanted to contribute to the world in a more meaningful way. And I had been through my own personal experience, losing my mother in my 20s and her mother, who lived with us since I was 5 years old, also in my 20s. And then my dad and my other grandmother later on. I'd been through all of this. And so I started volunteering at hospice and really giving back because I thought, during this transition, I would try to find some meaning in my life through volunteerism. And I did, and I met some amazing people. And one of the gals, she said that I needed to be in senior living, and I didn't even know what that was. And so she mentored me and started walking me through the program. And so I worked in senior living for quite a few years and then started my own consulting practice about 4 years ago. And it's truly the biggest joy in my life. I'm so grateful for all of the people that supported me and my family, but now I can come with so much more education and experience to help other families as they are walking this elder care journey.
Wow, that's incredible. So if I can see that I have a parent who's starting to age and not be able to take care of themselves, do I wait for a while or do I come to you early?
Everyone in our industry says people wait too long. And what I find is that they're just afraid of what aging looks like and what elder life looks like and what end of life looks like. They're so afraid to even look at that they don't want to have a really empowered conversation, or they're afraid of insulting their parent, or they're afraid of the backlash of anything. It's just such an uncomfortable conversation. And many people just avoid that conversation rather than having it in a loving and supportive way to show that they truly care. And so I think the most important thing is to bring in an elder care consultant like myself. I'm a part of a national network, so I can connect people anywhere in the country. But to bring in someone to actually support them in having that conversation with their parent, that really helps to bring in an outside perspective to be able to share resources and opportunities so that they can make the decisions. Every family has their own values, so they make their own decisions. Every human being has the right to their own personhood as well. And so they can make decisions for themselves, but it's always best to have a little bit of advice along the way to help you make a really educated and empowered decision.
Yeah, before you get into crisis.
I meet so many people. We're in the hospital and in rehab, and I'm having to teach someone all the basics of elder care in the middle of a crisis when they need to be focused on their loved one and they need to making the decisions at hand rather than having to go learn everything about Medicare, Medicaid, and all the long-term care insurance. And I mean, it's just so much to learn. So by bringing in someone early, by having these conversations, it can save so much time, heartache, and headache in the middle of the crisis.
Yeah, totally get it. I wish I had had a you when my
You've been
mother
there.
was, yeah, I wish I had had a you when my mother was going through hers. So I want to ask you, about your life is because you're an entrepreneur here, what's the biggest challenge that you experience in your line of work?
I think, well, in my line of work, I'm working with people in crisis. So it's very, very difficult. Every day, crisis never happens on our best day, and it never happens at a convenient time. Those are just the realities. So many times in the course of my day, I can change my schedule 2 and 3 times during the day, depending on which clients are in crisis at what time. So that's what, not only have I ridden the ups and downs of the entrepreneurial wave, but it's rolling with the families and with the crisis all along. So that's what I found has been the most difficult thing, is maintaining my center, maintaining my connection with self, maintaining, there's no real work-life balance anymore, but maintaining some sort of me in the middle of all of this process, because it is me that I bring to my families and to my business.
Yeah, and you have such a loving heart. So what do you think women are struggling with the most? When you just see not only the people that you care for, but the people, your friends, your family members, what do you think women are struggling with?
I think what we're struggling with is societal expectations. We're at such a critical juncture as far as who women are in society, in our families, in the workplace. And I haven't really thought about this before. It's such a great question. But we're really at this critical juncture where how do we find our own purpose and meaning and connection? How do we contribute in the workforce the way we're expected to do that, and also with our families? And so I think all of that we're still just figuring out as human beings showing up in the female form. How do we do that in a way that will we're sort of like this transitional generation where we're changing the way this has been done. And so how do we do that in a way that sets a legacy for women in the future?
Absolutely. I think personally, and with the women that I work with, we're all trying to find out what's that center point where we can remember who we are and be in service and have a voice and bring our gifts.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So, how do we get in touch with you? If I want to have your services, how do I find you? What's your website? How do
Call
I find
me. No, you can give us a call at our office. It's 720-500-2550. I'm based in Denver, Colorado. I do have a national network, so it doesn't matter where you are in the country, we can definitely help. Or just send me an email to Kelly, Kelly, at Senior Care Authority, all spelled out, seniorcareauthority.com.
And are you on Facebook or any of the social
media?
I'm
on Facebook, yes.
I think you do videos, yeah?
I am. I'm doing more and more. I'm coming out of my comfort zone thanks to you and a lot of the people with Women Creating Our Futures. I'm doing it. But yes, I'm on Facebook, and our business page is Senior Care Authority Denver Metro. And I'm Kelly Grace O'Connor. So you're welcome to reach out personally too.
That's awesome. So the last thing I want to do with you is I ask the same question to every woman. What do you want women to know about their awakening? What's the one thing you want them to remember?
Oh, wow, that's such a great question. What I want women to know about their awakening is that it's possible. I think a lot of people have forgotten that it is possible to have an awakening, and it's possible to have a reawakening as well. And that for me, I know that, I've had those times where I've doubted myself. I've doubted that the future. and to be able to know and really be reassured that if we just keep doing the things that we know that are supportive of who we are and the direction we're supposed to be going, that aha is possible and it will come.
Absolutely. And you are such an example of that truth. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you. And once again, everybody, it's Senior Care Authority and Kelly Grace O'Connor.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you. So, ladies, please come back and listen to the podcast. Here's the thing. You're unique, you're powerful, you're dynamic. There's nobody else that came here to do what you came here to do. So that's what Women Awakening is about, to show you the possibilities, because women are changing the world moment by moment.